Hello, welcome back to the Road to Episode 7, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, on December 16th, 17th and 18th, 2015, depending on where you are in the world. And today I'm going to try and make this a quick one, or today I just filmed a video. This time I'm going to try and make this a quick one. A few kind of just bullet points of stuff that's kind of in the news in the past week or so. There will be no Disney logo at the beginning of the film, it's been confirmed. And when I read that I was like, oh wow, awesome. And then I thought, well yeah, actually, I mean, Marvel. Disney bought Marvel since I think the Avengers Assemble, or the Avengers in 2012. 3 years ago, Disney had been behind Marvel Studios and releasing those films, and so we haven't seen a Disney logo before any of those films, I don't think. So there's nothing, no big deal, but definitely to me it would have felt weird to see a Disney logo before the Star Wars film. Again, for me, I just think just give 20th Century Fox a load of money to use the intro for no reason whatsoever other than ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. You need that at the beginning of Star Wars, But they have a new Lucasfilm opening fanfare, which is basically kind of like a weird kind of 10-second mix of various themes from the Star Wars soundtracks, which doesn't sound very good to me. They put it on the front of the 6 movies when they were released digitally, I think earlier this year or last year. So wherever you can buy the Star Wars films digitally, they have the new opening fanfare for the Lucasfilm logo, which is, again, nothing, I don't know. I mean, it's Star Wars music, it's cool, but it just doesn't, I feel like they could have had a better mix of music in there. I think I've talked about that before anyway. What the hell. So yeah, no Disney logo at the beginning of the film. The world premiere will be held on December 14th in Los Angeles, which is very cool. I don't know where, actually. I should have looked into that. It's probably, they should do it at the Chinese theatre, where the original Star Wars was premiered. That'd be very cool. I think it was anyway. So yeah, and I think then they're going to do a London premiere. I don't know when. And I'm actually going back to the UK on the 14th of December. So yeah, maybe if they have the London premiere on the 15th, maybe I could go. No, I'm not going to go. I mean, it'd be great to be there and to kind of meet some of the people, but you have to queue up like the night before, and it's just like, screw that. I haven't got the patience to do that kind of stuff. But all the power to the fans who have the dedication to do that. So yeah, world premiere December 14th. We've been told that the toys that have been released so far for The Force Awakens only represent the first third of the movie. So I guess around 40 minutes of the film. So that's very interesting. It's like, okay, so well, I don't know, maybe people go through outfit changes or something like that, I don't know. And obviously there's been no toys released of Luke or Leia, but there has been of Han Solo now. New York Comic Con is going on right now, I believe, this weekend, and they've released, I think Hasbro have released well, they haven't released pictures, people have taken pictures of what they've put on display at New York Comic Con, which is kind of some new toys, and one of them is the first Han Solo toy. I'll put a picture up. It doesn't look like it's the old Han. I can't tell if his hair's grey or not in the picture, but either way, the first kind of, well, not really, there's been a Luke Skywalker toy released in the Force Awakens line when he was from Empire Strikes Back era, I think. Anyway, I don't know, maybe it is a Han Solo from Episode 7 period, I don't know, I just can't tell if the hair is grey or not. Anyway, there's also a look at BB-8 and kind of some of his extra gadgets. If you don't want to see that, then look away for the next 5 seconds. Here we go, so he's got a couple of things sticking out there, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping they don't go super CGI with that kind of stuff. That's one of the things I hate about Episode 2 and 3, is when you have R2-D2 flying around in a little jetpack powered feet and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it worked in the original trilogy when you had these little things sticking out and electrocuting things and whatever and whatever and whatever and whatever. Oh, am I drunk today or something? Yeah, I didn't like that with R2-D2 in Episode 2 and 3, so I hope it doesn't get overly CGI with BB-8 kind of going like firing all these things out or whatever. But I mean, obviously he was going to have little gadgets as well. Wait, what else was there? There was another thing to talk about. The toys, the release date, the premiere release date, and the Disney. I think that's it. I'm going to check my laptop because I had a couple of pages open and I was going to try and remember them in kind of quick, rapid fire succession, so I'll just double check. Yes, there was one more thing. Apparently, according to a fan survey, Star Wars fans are expecting The Force Awakens to be the best Star Wars film to date. I just wanted to talk about that very briefly. What do you think about this? For me, I think that is just piling on far too much expectation. Even Mark Hamill said, to Star Wars fans, just don't think about it until it comes out. You're setting yourself up for disappointment. Just enjoy it when it comes out and don't get crazy about building up your anticipation. like making a 3-year-long video series. Anyway, so what do you think about this? I think it's not going to top Empire for me. It just can't. It just physically can't. There's no equation that will make it better than The Empire Strikes Back, and that's okay. That is okay. You know, I'm just excited for this to be a Star Wars film. I mean, I'm an unapologetic fan of the prequel trilogy. You know, they're not great films, but I love them. You know, and just to see that opening, you know, crawl again on the big screen, it's just going to be great. It's been 10 years. You know. This year is the 20th anniversary of me becoming a fan of Star Wars when I was 7 years old, watching the original trilogy and finishing Return of the Jedi. I've told the story before and feeling bittersweet for the first time in my life that I'm not going to see another Luke Skywalker, you know, film or adventure. And for the past, you know, 15 years, not past 15 years, but 15 years from when I was 7 onwards, I never ever thought, well, I guess 17 years, I never thought that they do a sequel to Return of the Jedi. It was only 3 years ago when they said, oh yeah, we're doing episode 7. What? You know, and then the rumours started piling on that, you know, Mark Hamill was going to do it. What? You know? I mean, it just still blows my mind that we're going to see this. To me, even if Luke is in it for 30 seconds, awesome. We know he's in episode 8, awesome. You know, 2 more films with Luke Skywalker in it in some capacity to me is just far beyond my wildest expectations and dreams. And you know, I'm just sure that the film is going to be at least really, really, really good. And even if it isn't, I'm just going to enjoy the hell out of seeing a new Star Wars film on the big screen. But I do think it's kind of an unnecessary thing to kind of say or to feel like this is going to be the best Star Wars film ever, you know, and kind of maybe believe what, you know, Anthony Daniels was saying. Yeah, I think it's unrealistic to kind of think of it in those terms, but I'm still really excited about it. I'm trying to keep my expectations level. Not low, not super high, but level, you know, and the level is kind of like, oh, I really don't want to go high, you know, it's like really big excitement, but I'm trying to keep myself, you know, I don't want to go in there and be disappointed at the end of it. I want to go in there and just feel, you know, and I'll do that by keeping it as level as I possibly can. I'm sure as soon as I sit down, it's going to be like, you know, as soon as that opening crawl hits and it's like, wah, you know, I even thought actually of maybe like, I don't know, maybe like recording my reaction in audio form on my phone or something when the film starts or something, I don't know. Because you never know if the room is going to be like, you know, yeah, or if there's just going to be like, you know, it always depends. I mean, people say that in America, going to see a film, it's a lot rowdier, people talking and like reacting and cheering and clapping and stuff, and in the UK it's much more subdued. But I have encountered a few instances in the UK where people do get into it a bit more. And I don't know, I feel like it might happen. I'm fingers crossed. I'd love, not really an annoying, obnoxious crowd who kind of get like, start shouting out stuff and, you know, rustling their food and punch those people who don't wait when they put their hand in the crisp packet. They if I'm watching a film, I got a bag of crisps and there's like a silent moment of the film, I'm like, freeze. And then like action, yeah. I'm really trying to be considerate, but it seems like no one else does that. Anyway, going off on a tangent here. I said it was going to be short. It's me. What am I going to say? The review for this week, I want to talk about Shadows of the Empire, Nintendo 64 game. Probably my favourite I don't know, one of my favourite Star Wars games for the Nintendo 64. Shadows of the Empire was a multimedia thing, and I talked about that in my Lucasfilm Memories video, which is one of my favourite videos I've made. If you haven't checked that out, I think it's episode 7 of the road to episode 7. It's like a fully edited, narrated video, the most elaborate one I've done for this series by far. And I'll talk about Shadows of the Empire, but it was a multimedia experiment. You had the book, the audio book, the game, and it's a story set between Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. And I guess it no longer is canon to the Star Wars universe, but oh well, I still love it. Love the story, and the game's fantastic. You play as Dash Rando, is kind of like a Han Solo type. And yeah, I just really love it, the variety of levels, and also because I was playing Battlefront, I was thinking about it because you get to play the Battle of Hoth. So it starts at Empire, which is really cool, and it kind of goes through past the point of the end of the film, and you can play the Battle of Hoth, and you kind of, you know, there's loads of little sections to it, taking down the probe droids, then the walkers, the dog walkers, and then the two-legged walkers, the AT-ATs and the AT-STs. And then there's like, you know, a speeder bike mission through Tatooine, and then you meet Luke Skywalker, I'm pretty sure, and then there's just general third-person kind of adventure levels where you go around shooting stormtroopers and they can fall off these cliffs and go ah, and you get the Wilhelm scream, and it's fantastic. And there's such variety in the game, and I love it. It's not a perfect game, but I love it and love the music, and just kind of seeing a full Star Wars adventure and playing it as a kid on the Nintendo 64 was fantastic. So if you haven't played that game, I recommend going and check it out. You can probably download it for free and get the emulator, get the ROM, or if you have the game, the N64, give it another whirl, because I think it's definitely one of my all-time favourite games, probably my top 20 favourite games of all time, I think, and one of my favourite Star Wars games. Just so much variety, and at the end, you're fighting like in a big space battle. I mean, it's just fantastic. So much variety of gameplay and levels and stuff, and yeah, I love it. Really great game. So there you go. There's a quick review for you without going into too much detail. 11 minutes. I'm on my camera. I'll probably edit it down a bit, but there you go. That's it for today, and I'll see you with the next one.
I don't know, Hot Second.